Oh boy, greetings, true believers. Welcome back to the Marvel movie half hour. I'm David,
I'm Donovan.
and we are starting off with a 2004. We are here in 2004.
Yep.
Um, we've got some quote unquote bangers. It really depends how you see it, I guess. But in this case, I'd say we're. Would you say this is kind of a banger?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would. Yeah, we watched Punisher, The Punisher, in 2004.
Yep.
I've never seen it before.
Neither have I, but I've always wanted to
hmm
because I've heard it was good.
Yeah, we just watched it. Um, and yeah, we've been hearing like I think it'd be fair to mention John Bernthal is probably the most popular. Well, I wouldn't say the most popular Punisher, but he is up there as like what people know as, and I mean, understandably so because he's really good in the role.
Yeah.
Um, but I've always heard comparisons like, what about Thomas Jane? It's like, who's Thomas Jane? Like, what's this?
Yeah.
um you've seen the Punisher show, and I would like your thoughts on the Punisher show.
Now I have seen the show, and even though I didn't finish it because I was halfway, I think it was like in the beginning of season two. Season one, after seeing it, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did, and I thought it was like it's pretty brutal, pretty ruthless show, kind of like how they were showcasing Punisher in Daredevil. And I thought it was a really great thing. I thought it was pretty decent. And seeing what Thomas Jane kind of does here kind of feels a bit reminiscent of it, primarily the final battle or like the final, like the storming of the Saints and Sinners club. I thought it
hmm
was pretty reminiscent of what Bernthal probably would have done. He
Yeah.
just added more stealth to his game. Thomas Jane did.
Yes, this one was like, it's like Batman with a contingency plan, or
Yeah,
Batman with
this
prep time.
one you could tell, and I know this, and I did this earlier today and yesterday when we were watching the movie. I was doing comparisons and like comparing, contrasting them between Jane and Bernthal because, like, again, I've never seen the Lundgren movie and I've never seen the Stevenson movie, but I have seen Punisher, the show, and the Daredevil season two, and this is like the best comparison we could go with. Thomas
hmm
Jane in this movie is a lot more tactical as opposed to Bernthal. Bernthal is more, he kind of has some tactics to him, but he's more like, he pretty much just like wings it and free balls it half the time, at least to me. Whereas Thomas, he was like planning it out more. He was making his own gadgets, he made his own weaponry, he was making a roll cage that acted as a shield in his car. And he was making like all these devices and stuff and these gimmicks that would actually help him out in his apartment or like when he's out on the go. He kind of felt like a like quote unquote Batman with prep time
hmm
in this film, and that's kind of what, and I really like that. I like that Jane does that because comparing the Punishers like physically to each other, like Lundgren, Jane, Stevenson, and Bernthal. Bernthal, of course, is one of the more physically imposing guys in the show, whereas Jane, he's big, but he doesn't really have that physicality to him. He doesn't really have that it factor that makes him look like he's a menace to be reckoned with.
hmm
He lets he lets his mind do the talking for him, and I like that. Instead of just going all guns blazing like Bernthal's would, this man kind of preps it out first, then goes into it like a real soldier would,
Yeah,
and I like that. I
yeah.
like that a lot.
It's kind of like each Punisher has their own personality. If they were like, so this one is calm and collective, and the John Bernthal's is like that one kid, that one friend you have in school where he just gets hurt all the time and is hard headed.
Yeah.
And I think comparing those is fun, and it's interesting to see those different aspects.
Jane is more of like a
But
calm, cool, and collected Punisher. Bernthal is a more loud, outspoken, brash, in your face kind of Punisher.
he's just gonna
And
like
I
he just runs into it. It's
he
like,
really he's like that guy who just does not give a dang at all.
no.
He's just gonna bum rush it. He's literally if he's like that one meme from back in the day with Warcraft. Thomas Jane's the guy that preps it out, and Bernthal is just Leroy Jenkins. He's just running in.
Yeah. Dude, imagine the both of them like on a duo
Dude, imagine
tag
all
team.
4 Punishers in one go.
I actually would like to see that.
You got Lundgren, you got Jane, the tactician, and you got Stevenson and Bernthal, which would just be the heavy muscle.
Mm,
Bernthal would be the muscle when it comes to guns. Stevenson is just going to be the muscle in fists. I mean,
mm,
Stevenson, he uses guns, but I've noticed with the clips that I've seen of his Punisher, he's a really heavy melee kind of guy. A lot more than probably Bernthal is. Now, I
mhm.
don't know about Lundgren because I've never seen the movie, but I trust he got some things with him too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we could not watch the Dolph Lundgren Punisher because it's not.
It's not a theatrical movie like I thought it was.
Yeah,
Which is a
unfortunately.
bummer. I'm still gonna find a way to watch it though, especially since if in the future we're gonna watch the Ray Stevenson movie Punisher Warzone.
Yeah.
I just think it would be fair if since we watched this, we've seen Daredevil, the show season 2, and I've seen a bit of the Punisher season 1, and we're gonna watch Warzone. It only makes sense in the future we watch the Lundgren movie someday.
Hmm.
That way, it could be a even better comparison. You get to compare all 4.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, this Punisher is very calm and collective. I was kind of concerned at first just seeing Thomas Jane in his normal state. And so when he got to actually being Punisher, I mean, he still kind of had I've been used to like the gruff kind of voice John Bernthal gives off.
Yeah.
And that's just me, but like after seeing this, it's like, okay, like
Yeah.
he's not like he's just talking like a normal guy, but it's just
He
like
doesn't he kind of does like what Batman sort of does too. It's like he kind of gives off like that gruff, like whisper tone that
Mhm.
like some Batman like to do, like Pattinson's does, and I think that kind of works for him.
Yeah, I'd say
He,
so.
you hear him talk normally in the film. He doesn't really get that deep voice or like that deep raspy nature that like Bernthal would have. So he works in a better. This one works kind of better in
Yeah.
the regard is like it's a little bit of a more realistic touch to it because he knows he can't have it.
Mhm.
If we're gonna compare it, and this might not be the best comparison, especially since that like Batman and Punisher are totally 2 different characters. Stevenson's kind of feels a bit like either Christian Bale or Robert Pattinson's Batman. In
Hmm.
the sense they're more of a tactical Batman. Yeah, they can fight, but they do more tactical stuff rather than anything else. They don't go loud and proud.
Right. Yeah.
And judging by the Punishers, I don't know Thomas Jane's age at this movie, but he kind of looks the youngest.
A little
It
bit.
might be him or Lundgren, but he looks a bit like the youngest.
Yeah. I mean, if we're counting just like more mainstream Punishers, then yeah. But yeah, Dolph Lundgren, I would say looks a bit younger than Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
But if we're not including him, then yeah, I would say Thomas Jane as well. But yeah, his Punisher is pretty neat. I was very impressed. His bow and arrows were cool. He does, yeah.
The one Punisher I have seen so far that has used a bow and arrow. Then he used it greatly. He used it effectively.
Yeah. So he's cool. The other characters in this movie are not too bad either, surprisingly.
No.
Like that's a problem with like early 2000s side characters is like why are you here? But in this one it's like why are you here, but it's also like I don't mind that you're here.
We don't mind that you're here because you at least try and bring something to the table instead of just being normal background character for the sake of being a normal background character.
Right. So you got
like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you were about I was about to introduce the characters, but I thought
I mean, we can like I was just gonna say we got the apartment. We got his apartment buddies, or
we got
quote unquote
Dave.
buddies. Yeah, we got Dave,
the fat guy, the dude with the piercings. We got the fat guy. I don't remember his name.
He's just the fat guy because he likes to eat, and that's his whole character. But whatever.
Yeah, literally, those two are like the resident, like they're the boys of the group. Being
Yeah.
like they're like the two best bros that you'll meet. We got the female. I forgot her name too.
Rebecca Romaine, I think.
Yeah, the woman who plays Mystique in the X-Men films, the original, she plays this woman in this movie too. So
Interconnected universe. I don't know.
go figure.
Maybe
She's also wearing blue. So
she does wear blue. Yeah. So
I don't know her character's name though.
yeah, I forgot. But there's this kind of side plot. Well, not really side plot, but she catches feelings for Frank. It seems like,
Uh-huh.
and to me, it felt like I told you it was like it felt kind of weird that I don't know how long of a time jump there is from when Frank's family was killed to now, but
Yeah.
even then, it's just like I don't think Frank would be and he wasn't interested, but
Oh yeah. Oh, it was Dave, dude with the piercings. The big guy was Bumpo, and Rebecca's character was Joan. Okay.
Joan, okay, but yeah, the one thing where there's one part in the movie that we were talking about, and this may be I don't know if we're gonna get hot takes here, but something about Joan. She says, "So when you kill these guys, what makes you any different from them?" And it's like, well, you see, they killed his family. I'd say it's fair if he kills them. I think that's completely fair.
And never forget Howard Saint's wife in this film was actually the one who puts the hit out for him.
That's true. Yeah.
And the reason why is because in the beginning of the film, we didn't even know. We actually were kind of duped. We fell for it. So there's like a meeting, generic bad guy meeting. You got the stuff. Yeah, I got the stuff. They were trying to get weapons, which this movie is not slick, by the way. We caught this in 4 minutes in the film. They used the same shot 4 times, but 2 of the times they just mirrored it.
Oh yeah, with the
They just
Uzis or
with the
whatever.
with the freaking SMG. It's the same shot again, then they mirrored it. Shot again, then they mirrored it. You're not a slick movie. That's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
But they were trying to get that. We fell for this because a dude who was for some reason with no shoes on. He was blonde guy. I guess he set the meeting up, or he was part of the meeting, and it was a sting op. They were caught, and one of the cops was so trigger happy. He actually shot the blonde guy, who actually was Frank Castle the whole time. We didn't even know it. And then Howard Saint's son, also got shot by the police officers, even though I don't think he even laid a single shot off before they did. He got shot. He's dead. Punisher is on leave because apparently he works in the FBI. And
And he's
yeah,
retiring too.
he's retiring from the FBI, which is interesting because I thought this film did not show him as a war hero. I thought he was not in the military. I thought he was a Fed. And it turns out, no, he was in the military. He just became an FBI agent afterwards. So that happens after the burial. Howard Saint's wife, she was like, kill his family, pretty much. She
Yeah.
let the hit out, and Howard said, all right, do it. So this was technically her doing, not even Howard. Howard really pretty much kind of died for nothing.
Yeah.
He kind of died for nothing because he didn't even do it.
Mhm.
Well, Puerto Rico trip, whole Frank Castle family reunion happens. They get shot up. I will say W mom.
Oh
Frank
yeah.
Castle.
Let's talk about his
W
family.
mom.
His family in this movie, or specifically the mom, was like
Yeah,
she was holding
she was holding it down.
as best as she could, and she was doing
Same with Frank
really good.
Castle's actual father.
Oh,
Because when
dude.
the dudes was ambushing them, Frank Castle's dad was actually shooting the bad guys with Frank Castle.
Yep. Yep.
he was fighting back. I give him credit. Even
Mhm.
saving his own son, despite the fact he got stabbed. I mean, got shot in the back too. I
Yeah.
respect that. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, the mom, she was in a high speed chase trying to get away from some bad guys, even jumping over like would it be hurdles or like road bumps or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
She and the son were just moving. They were trying to get away as best as they could,
Yep.
and they would have till they met the pier, and then they were mowed down. And then
Mhm.
Punisher started trying to shoot back. Then he didn't get mowed down, but he was getting laid out. And here's another mistake I found in this.
Yep.
Actually, 2 back to back. So Punisher's getting shot up. He got shot in the arm, got shot in the leg. Then one of Howard Saint's other sons says, "My family sends their regards." He shoots him in the chest. You would think that would kill him. It didn't. Because
No.
that looked directly like a heart shot. Like he looked like he got shot in the middle of his chest.
Mhm.
Then they poured gasoline on the pier and lit it on fire. It exploded. Somehow Punisher, and this is the second mistake, he was blown back.
Yeah, he wasn't consumed by the flames. He didn't
wasn't
stay where he was at.
consumed by the flames. The pier didn't blow up or anything because there were gas tanks on it. No, he was sent back. And I get shockwaves do emit from explosions, not on that scale.
No.
You would still be affected by that blast.
Yeah.
I don't see how he didn't.
And like the guys were like looking at the explosion and they didn't see him like go into
Not
the
to
water.
mention, too, blood and water actually don't mix. Water don't help blood,
No,
like a blood wound. It doesn't help a wound.
especially like in
So-
the salt water.
No, especially salt water. So in a way, Punisher would have died. Punisher should have been dead 3 times over, all in the same scene, but it never happens
No.
at all. And I'm just like, what are we doing, movie?
Yeah, it doesn't make
This
sense.
is just you're doing this. I get Bernthal has sheer levels of indomitable human spirit and pure luck. This is pushing it.
Yeah, this is pushing
This
it.
is pushing it.
Mhm.
I didn't like that at all. And just some random unknown guy just saves him, but he tells Punisher his name. As if
And
we're supposed to know this guy, even though he shows up for like 1 moment.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Eh.
And yeah, and he doesn't show up again. He's just like
No.
he helps him. He brings him back like 1 year later. I forgot what the timestamp was.
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot there was a little moment here, a little tidbit. Yeah, his son actually bought a shirt that he deemed was scary. It said the shop owner said it was used to ward off evil spirits. It was the Punisher logo. It was a literal store-bought Punisher t-shirt that son bought for the father for whatever reason, despite the fact that he deemed it scary. And the same guy who saved Frank gave him that shirt. The same shirt that Punisher would wear and he doesn't wash. It's still dirty. He just leaves a dirty shirt on. And my understanding is, why did you buy this? Why were you selling this shirt?
Yeah, imagine
would
if that shirt had a Marvel tag on it. That would have been hilarious. And they
It
didn't hide.
probably had a Marvel tag at the back collar of the shirt. We just didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird scene. I get what I could see what they were going for later and like in honor of his son, maybe, but still.
Yeah.
But still,
But like,
it's like
that fast. When I
Yeah.
always see the Punisher logo, I always thought that is something Frank Castle himself, he did that.
right.
Not a shirt you would buy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's a cool skull shirt. I'll call
Like,
myself.
imagine if Spider-Man was trying to get inspiration for being a hero, and then he buys a red and blue shirt with a spider on it. That
Yeah.
would not fly. Nobody would go for that
no,
at all.
not at all.
That would not work.
No.
It doesn't work here. I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
And what makes it weirder is that, like, in the final like scene, in like where he storms the club, Frank Castle has a vest with a Punisher logo he painted on there. So it's like, why do we have this shirt when he could have done this himself
Right.
later on? I don't understand that.
No.
You could have had another skull like motif here, but because that's just a blatant knock, I don't like that.
No.
You just blatantly did that for the sake of having it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
It's-
So go ahead. Sorry.
no, I don't. I'm dumbfounded at that part. I just don't like it.
Yeah. But that's not the only characters we have. We still have the villains to account for. And this
Yeah.
is kind of the fun part. But so we have John Travolta for some reason as the main villain, which doesn't
Howard Saint.
Howard
Yep.
Saint. I don't know why John Travolta is even here. He's not really that great at
I'm
let me
gonna be honest. I feel like they only got John Travolta here just because they needed a reason for people to watch the movie, so they got a somewhat decently known celebrity to do this.
right.
That's the best reason I can think of. Either that or John Travolta was asking for it for some reason.
I could see that, yeah. And then we have his wife and who orchestrated the hit, who said just kill his family. And then we have
We have his sons. One of them died, and then we had the second son, who doesn't really do much.
no,
We have a guy named Quentin who shows up there
that's
too.
right, Quentin. Yeah.
There's even an unnamed thug that looks dead ass like Clancy Brown in this film.
There is, yeah. We call him Clancy Brown.
We call him not Clancy Brown because he looks just like him, but it's not him.
Yeah.
Missed
Fancy.
opportunity to actually have him though.
Yeah,
Missed opportunity.
absolutely. But there's this really cool moment in this movie where it's like, all right, so there's some actual planning going on here. So on Punisher's part. So for some reason, the woman who orchestrated John Travolta's wife, every Thursday she goes out and like goes to a movie and does other things before that. Basically Punisher orchestrates a plot where he's gonna make it seem like or look like that Howard Saint's wife and Quentin, his right hand man, are cheating. They're like
Yeah.
having an affair.
But
So
here's the catch: Quentin
Yeah.
is gay.
yeah,
Howard does not know that.
Mm-hmm.
His wife does, but all he knew is that y'all having an affair. He
So
didn't
he-
find out until the very end of the movie.
Yeah, so he kills them both.
Yeah, honestly, I like how he does it with his wife's death.
Oh yeah,
So Howard, what he does is like I think he goes to Quentin first, and he does a little speech, a little villain monologue. Quentin is not taking him seriously at all. That's a thing. Something to mention. John Travolta is not intimidating in the slightest.
no,
At all.
he's just creepy. That's
He's
pretty
not even
much it.
creepy. It's just like that one quiet kid who thinks of himself as like, as like a wannabe hard ass or like a wannabe main character. He suffers main character syndrome, and then when like something happens, he talks in a strange way that everybody thinks he's like a cornball.
Yeah,
We actually memed this too. It was like a scene where I'm about to say John Bernthal, where Thomas Jane blows up a boat full of money, and he's like, oh, and then John Travolta is like, all of it, oh, it's like, all right, buddy, you
this dude is
this,
like
get a load of this guy.
if the cook chair were a human being,
Yeah,
I would say, yeah.
he's not intimidating. He sounds whiny, kind of acts like it too. It's just like, yeah. He got a bit of cool points though when he killed Quentin. Even though Quentin wasn't taking him serious, he's like Quentin was pretty much like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's when he was killing his wife when we were really like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like he cuts Quentin, he stabs him, and when Quentin is getting stabbed, he's like, why are you killing me? Why are you killing me? Oh, now you get the idea when you're about to die. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame Quentin though, because it's like I don't believe you either.
Yeah.
I don't believe you either, fam. But then it is when he gets to his wife.
Mhm.
And the wife sees the body bag of Quentin. And Howard slaps his wife. And he's like, you've been cheating on me. You don't pay your parking tickets. You've been sleeping on an affair with Quentin. And she's like, Quentin is gay. He doesn't believe her. Then they drive to a bridge. And I'm like, he says the coolest thing ever in this movie. And I'm like, where was the dialogue when we needed it?
Yeah.
Where was this? This movie claims to be rated R, even though it's just pushing PG-13 limits. Where was this when we needed it? He
Mhm.
says, what does he say? He
It's
says,
like it's basically the gist is like around this block is where I first met you, and now look at
yeah,
it. It's full of you would fit right in.
yes, this place is full of you would fit right in. And
Yeah,
she looks at him like, oh my God.
like that was
Yeah,
awesome.
she's just like, whoa. And then
Yeah,
we're up here in the same, I'm having the same expression too. I'm like, where did this come from?
like did we just get peaked?
This is the villain we needed the whole film.
Yeah,
This is
this,
what we were waiting for. And then he pulls out of the car, kisses her, shows her a diamond ring that he bought her. And it was like, this was found in Quentin's bed at the Wyndham Hotel. He throws her off the bridge.
yep.
Now, you would think that she died there. Oh, no, because there's a moving train coming. She dies by the train.
She should have died by just falling off, but whatever.
Yeah. But I guess this is added measure
yeah,
to really solidify it.
yeah.
And I'm like, yes. I'm like, you gotta be. This is the villain we should have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
We waited all day long, all movie long, till like the third act, the end of the third act, for you to get ballsy. And I'm just like, where were you this whole time, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you?
Yeah.
This is great. And then he
I-
kind of ruined. Then he's like, take me to a club. I need a martini. I'm like, nah, Brody. You need a big boy drink.
You get that
Nah.
Jack. Get that
You
Jack.
need something better.
Get that Jack
I was
Daniels.
thinking this man about to go party at the club, bro.
Yeah. I was just thinking like, hey, give me one too, man.
He's like,
We're a party.
yeah.
We're
He's
a
like, that
party.
was great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but this was actually a ploy by the Punisher.
Yeah.
Kills everybody, blows up the whole club that he owns, Saints and Sinners, blows up his son actually too. And then he shoots, they have a little standoff, shoots him. And then he shows, I made you kill your best friend. Then then Punisher showed pictures of him, of Quentin kissing another man. I made you kill your wife. Shows a ring, shows a diamond ring that that Howard bought for her. And then he says, now I'm gonna kill you. But before we get to the tomfoolery of this scene, because I know we skipped ahead about a lot of stuff, nothing much really happens in this movie. Punisher shows up at the police station. He's like, oh, well, Frank, you're alive? Yeah. I'm a little upset. This is like, police, by the way, they do nothing.
I would like to mention, you mentioned the writing earlier. Sometimes we would have some zingers in there, like
Yeah.
really solid. Like there was one in particular where Punisher was like, read the newspapers and like what I'm about to do, and she's like, which section? And he says the obituary. It's like,
That was
ooh, okay.
That is something Punisher, I feel like, would say.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Punisher line.
absolutely. But yeah, we have some good writing here and there. The story itself is very simple. It's like, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just like,
It's simple,
yeah,
but it works.
it works. Yeah. Now the action, that is where it really gets pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially, like, specifically the final battle. Everything else is
Yeah.
all right. That was pretty good, but the final battle is really like, oh crap.
This is definitely something Punisher would do.
Yes,
This movie, for the most part, is a very slow burn feel.
Yeah, but then this one revs it up and it brings out the R-rated stuff that you were expecting, which is weird
Yeah.
because, like you said, like this is pushing PG-13 throughout most of the movie. Like you have like 5 F-bombs in the movie.
You got some blood.
Maybe.
There was
in
a bit of partial nudity, kind of.
Yeah.
It went
but
by
it was, like,
really quick.
yeah, very quick. And you got what else? Yeah, in the final battle, you could like everything was like, all right, now this is Punisher. Now we
Yeah.
rocking.
Yeah.
And then he says who he is at the end of the movie. So that was a cool scene.
Yeah, they actually acknowledge and call him the Punisher. He calls himself the Punisher in this film,
Yeah.
which I like. I like when
Mhm.
the hero calls themselves by their actual hero name.
Agreed.
That's not named Batman.
Mm-hmm. Also, you forgot to mention how John Travolta gets killed.
Oh, yeah. If you couldn't guess by my profile picture, Now, I said there was some tomfoolery. Now, going back to how he dies. Of course, Frank tells him, "Oh, I made you kill your best friend. I made you kill your wife. Now I'm gonna kill you." He pulls some wires out of the back of a car, ties it to John Travolta's ankle, and he puts a bomb on there. And he's revving the car, and he's just letting it drive on its own. And as he's walking away, mind you, he put bombs on a bunch of other cars too. As he's walking away, because cool guys don't look at explosions, he detonates all the explosives. And as the car is moving throughout the explosions, John Travolta somehow catches fire. And as he's catching fire, then the car that he was tied to, that explodes. And then afterwards, you see this inglorious bastard of a Punisher logo made by a bunch of cars. He dies by fire because of explosions all around him. If you wanted a guy to die by explosions, Frank, you simply just had to put him in the car or in the trunk of the car and just drive it down the ramp and then make it explode. Kind of like a car bomb. Instead of, you did all of this extra for nothing.
Yeah.
What was this for? I don't effing know. We wanted a cool scene, okay? There you go.
The Dark Knight Rises saw this and like, we could do better.
Literally. They saw the Daredevil 03 movie and thought, yeah, we could do better.
Yeah, and
then the Dark Knight Rises saw it.
Yeah. I guess in conclusion, pretty fire movie, literally sometimes, but figuratively in this sense.
This is what I would say is a pretty underrated gem out of the 2000s Marvel universe.
Yeah,
this is definitely that underrated gem right here.
I mean, there's some stupid stuff in this movie,
there's some stupid shenanigans, but
absolutely. But this is
works.
This is cool. Works. Absolutely, this is cool. I don't have a problem with this. This is like,
go ahead.
This is like Ghost Rider, like in terms of underratedness.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is normally slow burn movies aren't really my thing. And especially slow burn superhero films, especially because if it's a superhero film, you want to get into the action. Yeah. This one kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of works. And at least they actually show the titular character throughout a majority of the film. Unlike Ang Lee's Hulk, for example.
Yeah.
They actually show a good blend between hero and the villain, and I like this. It is a pretty good one.
Yeah. Number score, I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I would too. I give it like actually a 7.5. A 7 to 7.5. It would be an 8 if not for the skull thing at the end.
Yeah.
I do not rocks with this. This was so dumb. You didn't need to do this.
Yeah, all the other shenanigans kind of keep it from being up there. But yeah, we're gonna have some more goodies our way because next episode we will be reviewing Spider-Man 2,
everybody's favorite Spider-Man film.
Yeah, and we will debate. Well, not really debate, but we'll discuss it. But thanks for listening and or watching. Be sure to check out previous episodes of this. And stay tuned for more. And we will see you later.
Yep.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Yeesh.